Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the phases of the moon from Take a Step Ahead YouTube channel. First, let's talk about just the moon. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite and is the fifth largest moon in the solar system. One stat to remember that you will most likely find on tests or practice questions is the orbital period. It takes about a month or 27.3 days, Earth days, for the moon to take a orbital period. So, if you are looking at a test and it says how many times did the new moon come in a year? It will be about 12 to 13 times because there's one new moon every month and the orbital period takes 1 month every time and there's 12 months. So it would be about 12 to 13 times. So that's something to remember. Now, the four main phases of the moon is a new moon when there's no light shining on the moon, meaning that the moon looks black and none of it is illuminated, so none of it's shown. Waxing, where it is starting to grow larger or grow with more light. A full moon where it's completely full and the entire moon is illuminated, which means that this all of the sun's light is heading onto the moon. And lastly, waning, when it looks like the moon is losing its light and appears to be getting smaller. Now let's look at the complete cycle, and I'll be showing you each phase step by step. First, let's start off with the new moon. The new moon is when the sun shines on one side of the moon, but not the other side. So, as you see in the photo, the side with the moon is completely illuminated, but the rest of the moon is being covered as it is on the opposite side. This means that the new moon does not get illuminated and that none of the sun's light shines on the moon. Next is a waxing crescent. Now, the moon has moved a little bit counterclockwise, and it looks like it's going down and closer to the middle. So, this state is called waxing crescent. It looks like the moon is starting to gain more light. The next phase is the first quarter moon, and it looks like it's at the bottom of the earth. So the sun's light is halfway falling on the moon, but the other half is still dark. So this is called a first quarter moon, where the right half of the moon is lit, but the other half is not. This shows the 25% mark of the lunar phase. Next, we have our waxing gibbous. Now, the moon is getting closer to having a full moon, so it's at the waxing gibbous. The waxing gibbous is when the moon is starting to get even more illuminated and is almost completely illuminated until the next couple of days, where it's going to be a full moon. Now let's talk about a full moon. A full moon is a completely illuminated moon from the side of Earth that we are looking on. So the sun is directly illuminating and shining the entirety of the moon that we see. So it looks completely bright. And this shows halfway through the lunar phase. Next, we have the waning gibbous. The waning gibbous is when the earth is starting to lose its color and it's starting to get less illuminated. Now, most of the moon is illuminated at this time, but the next phases it will go through, it will start to lose more. So now it's going from a completely illuminated moon to a less illuminated moon to a less illuminated moon, and then it goes back in the cycle again. Now it's time for the third quarter, which shows the 75% mark of the phases. So the third quarter mark is right above the earth and it's illuminated on the left side. As you can see, the sun produces its light, which hits to the left side of the moon, which is the side that we see, and the other half is not shown. Okay, so here's how I remember the moon phases. First, you need to know that waxing means more illuminating, getting more bright or light, however you like to remember that. And waning means you're losing light, so becoming more dark and less illuminating. And after that, you need to know what a crescent is. A crescent is like a small little curved shape that looks like it's almost like one fourth of a circle. And a gibbous is like a shape that takes up most of the circle, probably about three-fourths of the circle. And now let's actually think of it. So, new moon. The moon is completely black because there's nothing being illuminated on it. Then waxing crescent. The new moon is starting to grow more light, starting to become more illuminated. So there's a little bright crescent shape on the moon. Then first quarter. Then the moon becomes half bright. Then waxing gibbous. It becomes three-fourths of the way bright. And full moon. It's completely bright. Now we go backwards. So full moon, it's completely bright, and then waning gibbous, it's losing a little bit of light. Third quarter, it's losing half of the light, and waning crescent, it's losing three-fourths of the light. And then after waning crescent, you go back again to the top, new moon, and you keep on following this pattern. I just wanted to give this trick because I struggled a lot with remembering the moon phases and I couldn't find a video that helped me, but I wanted to create a video for you guys so you guys could remember better too. So please let me know if you like this video or if my tips helped you, and thank you so much. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel, take a step ahead if this video really helped you. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, or anything else you would like to learn, please let me know in the comments. And another thing to add is that I made this slideshow using Canva. Thank you so much. Bye.